I found some benefit in a Tibetan humming meditation known as Nada Brahma. Is this meditation compatible with Sahaja Yoga?
Not at all. Not at all. You see, this Nada Brahma is what is the benefit one gets, is that you go on humming and humming like that, and a day will come when your head will be humming all the time. Now I'll tell you the reason for that is like this. Supposing we say anything, like we start saying Om or hum or anything, we do not become. Supposing I say I am the governor of this place, do I become? If I say I am Om, do I become? By saying thing, can we become something? If we profess something, do we become? Something has to happen within. Unless and until that happens, it has no meaning. It's all outside. You can say anything. Somebody can say, I have some benefits because I have been saying prayers. That's not the thing. It's a complete transformation that you must have. And these are very dangerous things. Very, very dangerous. Because in the Tibet now, for example, Lama himself is a mess, I tell you. It's a big mess. I went to China with my husband, and I was really amazed. You might call it a propaganda, whatever it is, to see. In Lhasa, this gentleman accumulated such wealth that it could be compared with the wealth of Pope. He used to take his wine in a full gold goblet, which was all carved, and he had number of them. His plate was made of gold, everything was made of real gold. And from where did he get this money? Imagine, from these Tibetans who were poor people. They are so poor, they have no clothes, nothing to cover themselves. I don't say communism is a very good thing, but what I say, that these people really exploited them. The whole of that Lhasa exhibition was such an eye-opener. Oh God, these people have looted these poor people and how much they have suffered. If you go and see now Tibet, you'll be amazed. The people don't know. They are so confused. They don't understand. They have given everything that they had to this Mr. Lama. He's touring now everywhere. No one knows what is he up to. What benefit can they give? It's a myth. The best benefit is that you become a master. You know each and everything. You know what is Kundalini. You know how to give realization other, and everything you must know. That's the main thing. In the beginning, you do feel nice with anything, even with a drink. For a time being, in the same way, if you are humming somebody's name, you might get possessed for a while and you may feel all right. Like TM has the same problem. TM people do some mantras. For a time being, they feel relaxed because somebody else comes into your mind. He takes over and he starts managing your show. And when he starts managing your show, you feel relaxed. But relaxation is not the thing. You do not become a master. That's the point is, when you become one with the whole, then you are relaxed because nothing is exhausted. All the time you are relaxed. But see these lamas, how they look. All wrinkled, you can count their wrinkles one by one. Horrible people. You cannot say that they have anything great about them. And what good have they done? I haven't seen any lama doing any good to anyone. I had a chance of sitting next to this Dalai Lama once in a dinner party when my husband was with the Prime Minister. And he was called, and because Prime Minister's wife would not sit, so I was sitting next to him. And I felt so hot. And the Prime Minister was Lal Bahadur Shastri, and he knew all about it, about me, and he said, are you feeling very hot with him? Because he was a realized soul himself. I said, it's terrible. He said, all right, then put the another foreign minister in between. He made me sit on the other side and the foreign minister sat there. Till you are realized, you will not know. And also I must tell you, when you go to these people, it's difficult for you to get realization. That also is there. Because they create a problem within you. With any effort, you go on to sympathetic nervous system. Any effort, as I told you, you go to sympathetic nervous system. So your sympathetic gets activated. When your sympathetic gets activated, you either move to the left or to the right. When you move to the left, you go to the collective subconscious. That is the place which is all dead within us since our creation. And cancer, as I told you yesterday, is caused by the entities from that area. And if you go to the right side, most of these lamas put you on the right. Do you know Hitler was guided by Lama? Dalai Lama was his guru. He taught him how to capture the minds of people and put them onto this kind of a thing. It's a well-known fact. It was Dalai Lama was his guru. All these lamas are like that. But when you are realized, then only you will know what they are. Like my granddaughter was about 5 years. She's a realized soul. While my daughter and son-in-law were not realized souls. And once they went to Ladakh, and the Lama was sitting, you see, on a mount. And everybody was going and bowed to him. But she didn't like it. And when the parents went and bowed to him, she got very angry. She was only 5 years. She just put back her hands like this, stood before him. She said, by wearing this maxi, do you think you have become a realized soul? You are not. You have no business to ask people to bow before you. What business have you got? And they were so shocked and embarrassed. They said, don't say that. No, why did you bow to him? He's not to be bowed. Just imagine. But unless and until you are realized, also it's very difficult because they have a very nice business propositions. They have very nice advertising agencies. Like the other day I went to Spain, I was shocked. There's another thing these lamas have started, that we have to go to Gobi Desert. Gobi Desert. Now imagine. That Gobi Desert is a place where you go, even 1 mile you will be finished. For nirvana you go to Gobi Desert. So take all the money from the people. Now they prepare nicely and take crowds of people to Gobi Desert. Poor things are walking towards their death and they call it a nirvana. They never return. So they have gone to their nirvana, they are not returned. This is how they are working it out. I've had people in England, there was one fellow called Onkar. His name was given as Donkar by some, I don't know what Lama gave him that name, because normally they don't have Onkar name. So I said, who gave you this name? He said, I went to a monastery. And what happened? All his bones were broken. He said, they beat me on my back. Just imagine, how can that be? All his bones were broken. And it was impossible to give him realization because physically it was impossible, but slowly and steadily he is now recovering. He is like a madman. How can you be cruel? So Tibetans, are they very realized souls, you think? What is there to learn from Tibetans? Anybody who is foreign need not be a learned personality. Whatever is written in the book need not be a scripture. You should understand that all these things have come up just after Buddha's death. It has happened with every religion, with every great personality came on this earth, it has happened. But it is in the old caves, the saints who lived after Buddha have written that it is a spontaneous happening. But Buddha did not talk of God because he thought, first talk of the self. Because if you talk of God, people immediately start thinking they have become God. So better talk of self. Let them get their self-realization. Unless and until they get self-realization, how will they understand God? So they are called, he's called as Anishwar, means he doesn't believe in God, an atheist. It's not so. He just deliberately did it because he thought if you talk of something far-fetched, then people live in an imaginary world. So what he wanted practically to have self-realization first and then the knowledge about God. Because for a blind person, no use telling him about the whole thing before first tell him that you must have your vision.
Any other questions?
The other day we had one lady from Buddhist meditation. She couldn't get her realization, I'm sorry to say, though we can work it out gradually, but she couldn't get it. Because, you see, Buddha resides within us on this side, here. And this is the portion gets very much swollen up when you do Buddhist meditation. And we have to reduce it with certain mantras, otherwise you cannot reduce it. One has to work hard for such people, doesn't matter. Because you are all seekers, it's your right to have it, and I'm here to work for you. Any other question, please? Yes, that's the problem in England. I know. I know that's the problem today, is that they don't want to know and they are very skeptical, but things are working out nicely now. You see what it is after all. God is also anxious that people should get it. Now I'll tell you how it's working out. Like the other day, I was not there, but my husband saw a program about a comedian who said that he gets a cool breeze. He was talking about his revelation. He said, suddenly I started getting cool breeze in my back. And I don't know what it is, but I felt very relaxed, and so many people feel relaxed when they sit together with me. Now, he doesn't know anything. He's very vague about the cool breeze, but he felt it. That's a revelation he gives. Now, just before that, 2 days before, we were discussing amongst themselves, and they said, Mother, how many people you need to have that syndrome? What is it called as? 100 monkey syndrome. I hope you have heard about it. That when the 100 monkey learnt a trick, every monkey everywhere started doing that trick sort of a thing. I said, it will be very soon. And just imagine this fellow started feeling this cool breeze on his back. Now he came on the television, and the television were very, very skeptical, as you say, very, very. And I didn't bother much about it. I said the time will come by itself. Because we don't take any money and we cannot pay any money for any such things. Now, when somebody met them and told them that this program has taken place, there's somebody who knows all about this thing, immediately they came to me. And now they want me to have a program. And once it starts like that, people will come round. The trouble is, you see, human beings have so much of a barrier of their ego also. They are very insensitive people. Moreover, say, a traditional country like, say, Rome, Egypt, I find they are much more sensitive to divinity than to absurd things. You'll be surprised in Rome now. We are sitting down here, so I can tell you in Rome, no guru has been successful. No guru has been successful. But when I went there, just seeing my photograph, the mayor was so amazed. He said, it's divinity. Just seeing my photograph. And he took it over. He gave us a hall free. He published it and he made so many posters, he put it all over. It's working very well in Rome, but not in England. I have been here for 10 years working hard, but English are rather hard people. Doesn't matter, it will work out. And then also in Egypt. Egypt is another place which are very traditional people. Another I found is Greece. They are very traditional, and in tradition what happens? You start learning by making mistakes. You see, believe in Rasputin, you believe in this and believe in that, and then you start understanding what is reality, how we'll get it, and that's how they come to it. But here just people read, and they reach nowhere, they're so confused. I don't blame them for all this, but I must say that they must come to terms with reality and try to understand that you cannot purchase it, first of all, and you cannot work for it. It is a spontaneous living process of the living God. This is what we have to understand. And once we understand that, it will work out. I'm sure. I understand that people are like that. And you'll be surprised, I've been working 10 years in England. And we don't have so many Sahajogis as we have in other countries. Even France is better, surprisingly. Much better off. France and Switzerland is much better. But England is the one that is lacking very much, and I'm working very hard here. India, of course, is 1,000 times more. So it's all right. It will come. English are that way very balanced, sometimes overbalanced, you see. One thing good about them, they know how to laugh at themselves. So it may work out. What's that?
She says that you said that you've said that the gurus often do more harm than good.
Yes.
How do we know that you may not be doing more harm than good?
Yes, of course, maybe I may be doing, no doubt. You must keep that open, but you can talk to people who are always, when you go to a guru, actually I've seen when you come to me, you ask me questions, but when you go to these people, you go headlong, absolutely headlong. I've known people who paid £6,000 to go to Switzerland and eat only potato, water of the potato that is boiled, and they live there without asking a question. That is one of the signs that you are free. Secondly, you must know that what others have been to me, what has happened to them. Thirdly, you should know, why should I harm you? What is my advantage? Because I don't take any money from you, nothing of the kind. By God's grace, I am living very well in my life. Perhaps I am very well off in life. I don't need anything from anyone. So why should I do it on another life where I am at a very high level? So why should I come to you? For what? What am I going to gain out of it?